Alright, so which of the friends would you actually want to be friends with? The only real answer has got to be Monica, right? Hi everyone, I'm Rosie Blythe. I'm the author of the Princess Guide to Life book series, and on this channel we talk about all kinds of stuff, but I'm doing a mini series on friends and why each of the characters is both the best and the worst. So we've covered why Monica is the worst friend, and now we get to do the nicest side, which is much more fun, isn't it? Let's concentrate on the positive. You know I like to dress the part. What could be more Monica than a crisp white shirt?
I don't think so.
Oh, come on. Cut.
Hey! Welcome to the real world. It sucks. You're gonna love it.
So first of all, let's start with the most obvious thing. Monica is such a good friend to Rachel that she literally changes her entire life. So even though they grew up together and they were obviously close through high school, Rachel and Monica aren't particularly friends at the time of Rachel's wedding, when she's what, like 24, 25? They're just kind of old friends / acquaintances. Although she knows Monica well, she's not part of her current set of friends. But for whatever reason, when she runs out on her wedding, Monica is the first person she thinks of. She knows that Monica has a heart of gold and she can go to her in a crisis.
So anyway, I just didn't know where to go, and I know that you and I have kind of drifted apart, but you're the only person I knew who lived here in the city.
Who wasn't invited to the wedding?
Oh, I was kind of hoping that wouldn't be an issue.
And yes, we have covered why Rachel is bad and she didn't invite Monica to her wedding, even though they are old friends and probably their parents are still friends, and it gets like that whole awkward thing like where you have to invite your parents, friends, children because you knew them, that kind of thing. So Rachel goes to Monica because she knows that she is somebody that you can turn to in a crisis, in probably the worst day of your life. You can call on Monica even if you haven't spoken to her for what, like 6 years probably at this point, like other than just like running into each other. She knows that she can count on Monica. That's the kind of friend Monica is.
Okay, look, this is probably for the best, you know? Independence, taking control of your life.
And because Monica does just go, yeah, sure, you can move in then, I guess.
Look, Daddy, it's my life. Well, maybe I'll just stay here with Monica.
Well, I guess we've established she's staying here with Monica.
She changes the entire trajectory of Rachel's life. And we did talk about this a little bit in the Rachel video, where she really does kind of change course because she's with this group of friends. And that friendship, loyalty, kindness that Monica showed to Rachel multiplies, because we see in a later season that Rachel wants to do the same for her sister Amy, who's kind of bratty.
Oh. So can I stay with you? But Erin Brockovich had her own house.
Oh, look who's back. Why do you have bags? Rach, why does she have bags?
Well, I'm staying with you guys.
What?
We're gonna be roomies. Come on. Look, I know that she's difficult, but I think it's really good that she's here.
Because we'll appreciate it more when she's gone?
No, it's just, look, you know, when I first moved to this city, I was a lot like her. I was spoiled, self-centered, and you guys really took care of me.
Yeah, Monica made us.
Well, whatever. I really appreciate it, because I don't think I would be the person that I am today if it wasn't for you guys. So, you know, I want to help Amy. Well, you guys helped me, and I know it's going to take patience, but that's okay.
But because Monica made them be nice to her and take care of her and teach her how to do things like laundry and stuff that she had never done before in her life, she is able to then not only become a better person, but she wants to pass that on to other people. And we understand that this is what Rachel was like. She'd only grown up in this very privileged world.
Have you never done this before?
Well, not myself, but I know other people that have. Okay, you caught me. I'm a laundry virgin.
And yeah, Rachel is pretty much a brat. And again, we covered this in the Rachel video, but when Monica is looking for a waitress and she needs somebody who's going to do a really professional job, so not Rachel, when she ends up having to ask Rachel because she's got desperate, Rachel's not really wanting to help her out, and she kind of has to remind her that she put a roof over her head. So it's like, yeah, you do pretty much owe me.
Oh, I asked one of the waitresses at work if she'd help me out. Waitressing?
Uh-oh.
Of course I thought of you. But, you see, this night has to go just perfect, you know, and well, Wendy's more of a professional waitress. Oh. Wendy, we had a deal. Yeah, you promised. Wendy! Oh. Who's that? Wendy bailed. I have no waitress.
Oh, that's too bad.
Bye-bye. $10 an hour. Nope. $12 an hour.
Mon, I wish I could, but I've made plans to walk around.
You know, Rachel, when you ran out in your wedding, I was there for you. I put a roof over your head, and if that means nothing to you, $20 an hour.
Done.
He doesn't even really call her out on it that much. The fact that she was just like, yeah, move into my spare room. Oh, you don't have any money yet? Yeah, I guess we can wait for that rent to come through until you get your job in the coffee shop. So it's probably not going to be a huge amount of rent. So yeah, Monica is a really, really good friend. If you have a friend like that, or if you are a friend like that, that is truly an awesome thing. So I talked in the previous video about like my least favourite episodes of Monica. I think probably my favourite one of all is when she gets her credit card stolen, which is obviously a really annoying thing. It was happening in the 90s, it's happening now, it will probably always happen.
Monica, would you calm down? The credit card people said you only have to pay for the stuff that you bought.
Still, it's just such reckless spending.
Wow, what a geek. They spent $69.95 on a Wonder Mop.
That's me.
So Monica gets her credit card stolen, and while most people would just be like, I'm really annoyed about this, I'm gonna, you know, call the police, call the fraud department, get it sorted out, put that person away if I can because I'm really angry that they inconvenienced me, she actually uses it as a life lesson to turn her life around and make it better and make it more exciting.
Oh, Monica, you are not still going over that thing.
This woman's living my life.
What?
She's living my life, and she's doing it better than me. Look at this. Look. She buys tickets to plays that I want to see. She buys clothes at stores that I'm intimidated by the salespeople. She spent $300 on art supplies.
You're not an artist?
Yeah, well, I might be if I had the supplies. I mean, I could do all this stuff, only I don't.
Monica, come on, you do cool things.
Oh, really? Okay, let's compare, shall we?
Oh, it's so late for shall we?
Do I go horseback riding in the park? Do I take classes at the new school?
No!
No. This is so unfair. She's got everything I want, and she doesn't have my mother.
And yeah, Monica isn't the most adventurous, exciting person. She is who she is. She likes having a clean home and, you know, playing board games and stuff. And I think we can all relate to that, at least sometimes, right? But she kind of wishes that she could be more adventurous and the kind of person who just takes up tap dancing lessons for no particular reason. It's not for any purpose. It's not because you're trying to become a professional tap dancer. It's just for fun. It's just for living life like an adventure.
Who's the new tense girl?
She's your partner.
Hi.
I'm Monica.
Oh, Monica.
And I think it's really awesome that she, I mean, it's kind of weird that she actually befriends the woman, but I think it really is awesome that she actually takes that inconvenience, that annoying moment, and turns it into such an amazing positive and really quite a life-changing experience, because she gets to do all these things she's never done before and she never would have done. if she hadn't been given that little push.
It was so wild. We told them that we were the Gunnarsons in room 615, only to find out that the Boston Celtics had taken over the entire 6th floor.
So when they caught on to the fact that we're, you know, short and have breasts,
They threw us out. I was thrown out of a hotel. Me.
go Manana! By the way, tomorrow we're auditioning for a Broadway show.
Excuse me?
There's an open call for cats. I'm thinking we go down there, sing memories, and make complete fools of ourselves. What do you say?
No. Remember who you're dealing with here.
So she uses the negative and turns it into something positive.
Oh,
Where the hell have you been?
Monica and I just crashed an embassy party.
And okay, so she does end up going down a destructive path because, hey, it turns out taking life lessons from credit card thieves isn't actually the best idea. But it did give her a taste of a different lifestyle and helped to bring out her more daring side, which is never a bad thing.
You by the door. In or out?
In.
You in the back. You're getting it all wrong.
At least I'm doing it.
Okay, so in the last video, I did kind of make fun of her for having very little in the way of ethics when it really came to the crunch. But I have to say, Monica does live by moral code, probably more than most of the other friends, I think, maybe. Is that debatable? So, for example, when she discovers that she's dating someone who is too young for her,
I'm a little younger than I said.
You're not a senior?
Oh, I'm a senior. In high school.
Okay. How could you not tell me?
Well, you never told me how old you were.
Well, that's different. My lie didn't make one of us a felon in 48 states. What were you thinking?
I wasn't thinking. I was too busy falling
Don't say it.
in love with you.
Really?
Sorry.
Well, fall out of it.
she immediately quits. She's just like, no, don't say anything. This cannot happen.
Monica, this is ridiculous. We are great together. We can talk, we make each other laugh, and the sex. Oh, man, okay. I have no frame of reference, but I thought that was great.
It was.
Then what's the problem?
Ethan, it's icky.
Icky? You're actually gonna throw this away because it's icky?
Look, this isn't easy for me either. I wish things were different. If you were a few years older, or I was a few years younger, or we lived in biblical times, I could really
No, don't say it.
love you.
Contrast that with her brother, who's just like, oh yeah, this girl's too young for me, but hey ho, I really like her, so even if I get fired, it's worth a risk.
You want to go get a drink?
I can't.
Oh, you have some studying to do?
No, I have some turning 21 to do.
Joey, who would just date anyone, doesn't care. You know, his goal is to date a 19-year-old.
I just figured, after living with you, it'd be an interesting change of pace to have a female roommate, Someone I could learn from, someone who's different than me. And what's more different than me? A guy who's not 19 than, say, a girl who is 19.
Phoebe, who openly cheats on people.
Yeah, okay, I've been dating both of you.
Chandler, who dates a married woman.
So we is...
Oh, we would be me and Rick.
Who's Rick?
Who's Rick?
My husband.
Oh, so you're divorced?
No.
In fact, two married women, technically, because Janice is separated and then she ends up going back to her husband. Rachel dates her employee. It's her assistant, but there is a power imbalance.
Sorry, it's for human resources. Everybody has to do it. Would you just stand up, please?
So they all kind of make these choices in their love lives, which is just selfish. It's just like, I want this person and I'm just going to do it because I don't see why I shouldn't. Whereas Monica's attitude is, I really like this person, but they are too young for me, so I'm going to have to just let them go. And she sticks to that, and I think that is really quite admirable, because it could have been, especially as this is a sitcom, like it could have been like a funny situation, like she could have met his parents and stuff, but no, because it's Monica, so she's not going to do that. The writers knew her well enough that they weren't even going to like, oh, let's get some comedy out of this. They're like, no, Monica wouldn't do that. And I think she kind of encourages good morals, good moral conduct in her friends. So she discourages Chandler from dating a married woman.
I'm sorry it didn't work out.
What not work out? I'm seeing her again on Thursday. Didn't you listen to the story?
Didn't you listen to the story? I mean, this is twisted. How could you get involved with a woman like this?
Well, you know, I had some trouble with it at first, too. But...
And yes, she does briefly kind of think about getting together with her ex's son, which is just so creepy.
He's nice, right?
Yeah, but Monica, do you really want to be in a relationship where you can actually use the phrase, that's not how your dad used to do it?
But we'll just kind of call that a moment of madness. And also, I guess she hadn't really got Richard out of her system, so maybe in some twisted way she was like, maybe that would help. I don't know. We do weird things sometimes, don't we, when we like have feelings that we haven't dealt with. But yeah, that was an anomaly in Monica's dating history. So we'll just pretend that didn't happen, shall we? She tries to get Rachel to get over Ross. Good luck with that.
I mean, you listen to me. Now I'm calling the shots. I said you leave Ross alone and go get Dave. What the hell are you trying to do?
Well, ultimately, I was trying, you know, I wanted to tell him, you know, that I'm still in love with him.
What? You cannot tell him that.
Why? Why not? People love to hear that.
And she generally just kind of conducts herself with a sensible attitude. I know that sounds really like old-fashioned, but maybe we need more people like Monica. And we also have her first encounter with Joey in the flashback. She obviously likes him. He's attractive. He's clearly attracted to her. But when he does strip down and kind of offer himself to her, just on the assumption that they're just going to do it, she's actually quite appalled by this. Like, she doesn't say, what kind of girl do you think I am? But it's kind of implied.
Hi again.
Hey,
Do you want to come in for some lemonade?
like you wouldn't believe. Oh. Wow, this is a great place.
Thank you. Just make yourself comfortable.
Gotcha.
So this place is really my grandmother's. I got it from her when she moved to Florida. Otherwise, I could never afford a place like this. So if the landlord ever asks, I'm an 87-year-old woman who's afraid of her VCR. You thirsty?
Oh, you bet I am.
Okay, here's your penis. Oh my God, what the hell are you doing?
You said you want to come in for some lemonade?
So?
Ah, were you just gonna give me lemonade?
Yeah! Cover yourself up.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I don't believe this. I mean, someone asks you in for lemonade, and to you that means they want to have sex?
Usually, yeah. Well, not just lemonade. Iced tea, sometimes juice.
Joey hasn't really encountered women who will just say no to him, but she's just like, no, I have my principles. I'm not gonna just like get with some guy just because he's there. Just because he's naked in my apartment. Why would I do that? She's not like a shallow person who's just gonna go like, oh, I fancy this person, let's do it. She wants to build a connection with someone who is worthy of her. And I think that's a really good way to approach your dating life. So Monica is not a selfish person. I mean, everyone's selfish sometimes, but she's probably the least selfish of all the friends. And again, we can see this in her dating life, in her relationships. She's not going to continue to date a young guy. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like maybe illegal. But I think she's not going to exploit someone who is much younger than her and exploit that kind of power imbalance the way that her brother does and the way that Rachel does with her employee. She's just not going to do that.
You know, you shouldn't even be here. It's a school night.
Because she actually cares about the people that she dates. And again, with Richard, They're in love, like they are super into each other, they're seeing a future together, but he's not really keen to have kids with her because he's already done that, his kids are grown up. And she wants marriage and babies more than anything else in the world, but she won't do it with him if he doesn't want to do it.
Okay. I'll do it.
You'll do what?
If kids is what it takes to be with you, then kids it is.
Oh my God.
If I have to, I'll do it all again. I'll do the 4 o'clock feeding thing. I'll go to the PTA meetings. I'll coach the soccer team.
Really?
Yeah, if I have to. Monica, I don't want to lose you. So, if I have to do it all again, then I will.
You're the most wonderful man. And if you hadn't have said, if I have to, like 17 times, then I'd be saying, okay, let's do it.
But you're not.
Oh my God. I can't believe what I'm getting ready to say. I want to have a baby. But I don't want to have one with someone who doesn't really want to have one.
She's not going to make him. Do you know how rare it is to find a woman who would be like, yeah, no, I won't make you do that then? Or a man, like, how rare it is to find a partner who would be like, I'm not going to ask you to do something that you don't want to do. And it pays off in the end. She does get what she wants. And Richard doesn't, because he was so stupid to give her up. Like, what a fool. You've got like this beautiful woman that you really want to be with, and like all you've got to do is have kids again, change a few nappies, create a beautiful life together. And he's like, nah. Richard, you doofus, what were you thinking? And then when she decides that she wants to have a baby more than anything, she's like, I'll just go to the sperm bank.
So I asked myself, what is the most important thing to me in the world? And that's when I came up with the baby plan. I don't need an actual man, just a couple of his best swimmers. You know? And there are places that you can go to get that stuff.
Down at the docks again?
So she would rather have a baby with a sperm donor than like try to manipulate someone into giving her a baby when they don't want to have one, or, you know, go to a club and get some guy drunk and bring him home and then never tell him that you've got pregnant. And again, like, I'm not saying every woman would do that, but I think a lot of women, if they really, really wanted to have a baby, they would just do that. And I don't mean that to sound like I'm being judgmental towards women, because obviously men do ridiculously bad things too, but just in this particular scenario, women do have that power that we can have babies and not tell the guy. But Monica would never do that. So I think it's really kind of key to her character that she would go, right, okay, I want this thing, how can I make it happen where I'm not having to manipulate anyone into this or really involving anyone, I will just do it by myself. She's quite an independent thinker. And obviously she doesn't go through with the sperm donor thing, but I think the fact that she thinks seriously about it and that is her preferred method of getting pregnant, I think that speaks volumes about her character and who she is and her values in her life. Also, I think a really great sequence with Monica. I mean, it's funny, but it also says a lot about her when Phoebe and Mike have broken up. And Phoebe's like, don't let me talk to him because I'll just like fall into that again. We've all been there, haven't we? We've all had friends like, don't talk to him, don't text him, no, don't, no, no, no. And then they do. There's only so much you can do to stop them. But I think it's actually really nice of her to come round and be the gooseberry when Mike is there. Just like, yeah, we're all friends, let's hang out together.
Guys, you can't do this. It's just gonna make getting over each other that much harder.
Not if nothing happens. Why can't we just hang out as friends?
Why, sure. We're just gonna hang out as friends, then maybe I'll join you. You know, I'm your friend and I'm Mike's friend.
Sit down.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Make room for your friend.
So how have you been?
I've been pretty good.
Because like that's such an awkward situation, but she just inserts herself into it for their own good because she wants to do them a favour. And I actually think that's really nice of her to put herself into a really uncomfortable position to help other people. And there are all these things where she just quietly puts her own stuff aside. So she chooses the perfect wedding dress, she's got it all picked out, she gets the right one, and then she gives it up so that Chandler can have the band that he wants at the wedding. To be honest, I think the wedding dress that she went with in the end was better anyway. I think it was more suited to her style. It's very sort of sleek and simple and elegant. But the fact that she gave up her dream wedding dress for Chandler's kind of random music taste, that's really sweet. And again, I don't think many women would do that. I think most women would probably have tried to talk Chandler into a different band, but she doesn't do that. She's just like, no, it's more important that he gets what he wants, so she gives up her dress. And Monica is such a good wife that she would even get shark videos for Chandler when she thinks that he likes those.
Because I have a little surprise for you.
Well, well, well. Must be 5 in Tulsa because it's 6 o'clock in NYC.
Okay, this is how much I love you.
It's a great way. Honey, why am I watching a bunch of sharks swimming around?
No, is this not the good part? Do you want me to fast forward to something toothier?
No, I'm just not sure that you got the right movie, that's all.
Oh, this is the only one they had at our video store. Well, but they did have something called Crocodile Killers. Or does it always have to be sharks?
Does what always have to be sharks?
Honey, look, we could do something else. Do you want me to get into the tub and thrash?
What's going on?
Sweetie, it's okay. It's okay. I still love you. Let me be a part of this.
Let me be a part of this.
She was ready to accept whatever weird thing Chandler liked. She was going to try and be part of it. Actually, I think this is one of my favourite Chandler lines. Let me be a part of this. And she also has this ability to put her own feelings aside. So I touched on this in the last video, but so her brother was seemingly happily married, and then his wife has an affair, and then when it is revealed that she's actually pregnant with Ross already, she and her girlfriend and then wife just take over the raising of that baby. Monica never really expresses any anger towards them, or not that we see. She just accepts this and she just keeps things really civilized. So she even does the catering for the wedding, and she encourages Ross to keep it civilized as well, and he does, which I think, again, we'll get to the video about Ross, but he does have some really good redeeming features occasionally. I know most people hate him. He's secretly my favourite though. And I think the fact that she befriends Ross's girlfriend Julie when Rachel sees this as a betrayal, like, no, it's the grown-up thing to do. Of course you're not going to shun your brother's new girlfriend because another girl doesn't want you to be friends with her. Like, that's 13-year-old stuff. So Monica is actually the grown-up in this situation, and she does the right thing regardless of Rachel's silliness. So something I really love about Monica, she is very clear in her ambitions. She knows what she wants. So it's a career in food, whether that's having her own catering company or being a chef in a restaurant or whatever. She kind of does it all and gains a lot of experience and ends up being like the head chef, running her own kitchen and just living the dream.
So, stop yelling. All I'm saying is if you had told me vegetarian lasagna, I would have made vegetarian lasagna. Well, the meat's only every third layer. Maybe you could scrape.
And we see Monica make this progress in her career, from starting out just catering events for family and friends and taking horrible jobs in cafes that she hates and having a few false starts along the way to, in the end, getting her ideal job.
I just got fired.
Oh. Yeah, it's for our catering business.
Ah, I think I know that girl.
All right. We're not gonna really keep it this way, though.
No? Huh? No, we're gonna paint over the sore and replace it with a baguette.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna fill in for him as food critic for the Chelsea Reporter.
Wow, Monica, what an amazing opportunity to influence dozens of people.
Hey, look, question for you. How do you think this suit would look on an assistant buyer?
Okay, the owner of Alessandro's came over here to yell at me, but instead I made him some sauce and he offered me the job as head chef.
Oh my God! You just ruined the thing I was practicing the whole way home, but I'm so happy.
So Monica does the work. She's not afraid to work hard, and she's obviously disciplined because she lost all that weight when she was a bigger teenager. She gets down to being a little tiny skinny person.
There's limited seating in the hall.
Limited seating? I am just one tiny person.
Well, yeah, but she doesn't know that. I mean, the last time she saw you would have turned one of those little wedding chairs into kindling.
And this was before, weight loss jabs and stuff. So she obviously did that just by being really disciplined and eating healthier food and probably exercising a lot more. So she's really able to just set goals and reach them and have that discipline to maintain them. I mean, she talks about that she doesn't eat the way she used to be able to.
You know what I'd love to do? I would like to go to France and eat nothing but bread and cheese. No, not even bread, just cheese. No, I want the bread. Yeah. And pastries. And pate. Oh, I'm really not high. It's just that I used to be fat. Back then, I thought that I would never, ever get the chance to go out with a Chip Matthews. And now he's called me up and asked me out. And the fat girl inside of me really wants to go. I owe her this. I never let her eat.
I'm feeling that. I was one of those kids who could eat whatever they wanted, and I miss those days because now if I started to eat the same amount that I did when I was a child or a teenager, I would just put on weight so easily. Get a little bit older, your metabolism changes, and you're like, oh yeah, no, I can't just eat chocolate all day, unfortunately. So Monica knows that she has to be disciplined to maintain her body, and she has to be disciplined to work hard. And it's a sitcom thing that she doesn't seem to actually go to work very often. I mean, chefs would not be hanging out with their friends every evening because they'd be working every evening. But she only works one night a week, I think. So I don't know, it must be a big lunchtime restaurant that she works in that allows her to hang out in the coffee shop all the time as well. But that's just a sitcom thing, so we'll let that slide. But yeah, so she has these goals and she is able to work hard. And what, she wants to work with food, so she does all these horrible jobs, like working in the cafe where she has to wear a wig and big fake boobs. And because it's vaguely connected to what she wants to do, she puts up with that, as many of us do with our first jobs. It's like, oh, this is kind of connected with something I want to do, so it's a foot in the door.
Oh, I want to quit, but then I think I should stick it out. Then I think, why would such a person stay in such a demeaning job just because it's remotely related to the field they're interested in? Gee, I don't know, Rach.
And then she starts getting her own catering company together, and she does all of these food-related jobs and just keeps plugging away at it. And I think it's all about tenacity. I think that is the secret to everything. You don't just do a burst of hard work and then you're like, oh, where's my dream job? Why isn't it here yet? You just have to keep chipping away at that thing that you're aiming for until you get there step by step.
So, Mr. Rester, what exactly does this job entail? The ad wasn't too clear.
Mocklet.
I'm sorry?
Mocklet. It's a completely synthetic chocolate substitute. You gonna swallow that?
Just waiting for it to stop bubbling. Yeah. See, I love creating new recipes. I love Thanksgiving, and well, now I love mocklet. Hey, these are rock shrimp ravioli and a cilantro ponzu sauce with just a touch of minced. Ginger.
Well, smack my ass and call me Judy. These are fantastic.
Oh, gosh. I'm so glad you like them.
Like them? I could eat 100 of them. Oh! Bear's overboard! They're drowning! Hey, fellas, grab onto a sugar roll. Save yourself. Help! We're drowning!
It's just that I've waited 7 years for an opportunity like this, and you can't even wait 4.5 minutes for a stupid onion tartlet?
Hey.
You don't want to work for a guy like that.
I know, it's just, I don't know, I just thought that this was, you know, it.
Let's see if you're as good in person as you are on paper. Make me a salad.
Well, I'm tearing the lettuce.
Uh-huh. Is it dirty?
Oh, no, don't worry, I'm gonna wash it.
Don't. I like it dirty.
That's your call. I thought that I would cut up the tomatoes.
Are they, firm?
They're all right.
You sure they haven't gone bad? You sure they're not very, very bad?
No, really, they're okay.
You gonna slice them up real nice?
Actually, I was gonna do them julienne. I'm out of here.
And you're much more likely to get there step by step by step than you are to be like, oh, all of a sudden I've got this big break. But Monica is not afraid to just put the hours in. And you know what? People talk about ambitions in terms of career, but Monica wants marriage and babies. Not just getting married to anyone, but having a happy relationship is a kind of healthier goal to have, isn't it? And she has that goal, and obviously children, she wants that as part of her future. And you know what? She bloody well makes it happen. She is not someone who's going to sit around and just, you know, do vision boards. I love to talk about manifestation on this channel, but I'm a big believer in taking action as well, inspired action. And she is pretty relentless in her pursuit of that. Because if you think about this, I mean, she gets together with Chandler, who is fairly anti-marriage and babies, although he's sort of, I think there's this kind of banter thing where he knows he's going to give in eventually. But she's like, I want this. She keeps telling him, I want this. She makes it very, very clear to him, like, this is what I'm in this relationship for.
Oh, wait, but now I do want to be married for a year before I get pregnant.
Really? That long? Look all you want, it's happening.
And to the point where she proposes. So she is willing to put herself out there and do something that's really kind of against all the traditions. And I know a lot of people don't really like this, you know, like women proposing to men, because I think men are like, oh, it's my one time to shine. You take away my, I was going to do it any minute, and then you spoilt it by asking me. I think that's a really common line, like women who kind of like say to their boyfriends, like, okay, so what's the timeline on this? They're like, oh, I was going to ask you, but I'm not now. Like, a guy who says that was never going to ask. And it is weird, isn't it, that we've got this kind of culture where like two people are in a relationship, but it's like it's up to the man when they get married. Like, that is strange that the woman's just got to sit there like, hope he asks me soon. And obviously women don't actually do that. They do all sorts of, you know, setting deadlines and ultimatums and stuff, which probably isn't the best way to go about it. But Monica is just like, you know, I'm a person with agency. Why shouldn't I just take the ball by the horns and ask him if this is what I want? I'm not going to sit around and be embarrassed and act coy. I'm just going to say, this is what I want. Let's do it.
Are you honestly telling me that you may never want to get married?
Well, never say never, but, you know, probably, yeah, never.
Oh, my God. Then what are we even doing? What is this?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is all this pressure?
You wanted it to be a surprise.
And I think that's actually a pretty admirable attitude. I really like the fact that she's so gutsy about this. She's not going to sit around waiting. And it's interesting actually, because in the Why Monica is the Worst friend, I did talk about her being a bit passive, and there, you know, there were times where she was a bit like, oh, I hope this guy asks me out. Oh, I'm just going to hide while he's there. And she grows and she changes, and by the end of it, she is just like, she's this ballsy woman who's just like, no, I want to marry you, so let's get married. And I think that's pretty cool, actually. So I don't think very many women would be such a good friend to their male friends that they would actually get involved in making, should we say, prosthetics for naked scenes for movie making. You know the scene I'm talking about. I will put it here.
Well, the director is insisting that whoever played that part be authentically, anatomically not Jewish. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
No, what?
So to get this part, you can't be?
No.
But you are?
Yep.
But you told them you weren't.
That's right.
Wow, wow. And it's definitely all gone. There's nothing there to work with.
I just have to call my agent and tell her I can't do the part.
Unless.
Unless what?
Well, this may sound crazy, but there may be something that we could fashion.
Like what?
Well, I'm not sure yet, but off the top of my head, I'm thinking double-sided tape and some sort of luncheon meat. Okay, we have a lot of options here. A number of prototypes for you to try on. Now, these are more realistic, but perishable, okay? So why don't you go into your room and try these on, and we'll see if we'll get a better idea of what's gonna work.
Thanks. You are such a good friend, and this is so weird.
The silly putty. Not so silly anymore.
I don't think many women would do that, but Monica does. And also, the fact that she gives Chandler explicit advice on how to make his performance better. I'm not sure that many women would actually kind of give really explicit advice to their male friends who they have no intention of sleeping with at that point.
Look, you have to help me, okay? I mean, I know what to do with a woman. You know, I know where everything goes. It's always nice. But I need to know what makes it go from nice to, my God, somebody's killing her in there.
All right, I'm gonna show you something a lot of guys don't know. Ray, turn me that pad, please. All right. Now.
Well, you don't have to draw an actual whoa, she's hot.
Now, everybody knows the basic erogenous zones. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
There are 7.
Let me see that. Oh, yeah. Okay, now, most guys will hit 1, 2, 3, and then go to 7 and set up camp.
That's bad?
Well, if you go to Disneyland, you don't spend the whole day on the Matterhorn.
Well, you might if it were anything like 7.
All right, the important thing is to take your time. You want to hit them all, and you want to mix them up. You got to keep them on their toes. Oh, toes! Yeah, for some people. All right. You could start out with a little 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, a 3, a 5, a 4, a 3, 2, 2, a 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 4, 2, 2, 4, 7, 5, 7, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7.
Obviously, that kind of comes back in a very beautiful, comic way to her in the end. And I don't think at that point she had any inkling that that could possibly ever happen. I'm not sure if the writers knew that at that point, but hey, sometimes life just brings in a favor.
I don't care. I want to meet this guy who's the best sex she ever had.
Really? That's what you heard? You said that?
I might have said that. Why is that funny?
Because I'm very happy for him. And you lucky dog.
And also, she does give very good advice. I think more guys should watch that episode and take notes rather than just be like, oh, ha, ha, it's a funny sitcom scene. Like, no, it's very, very informative. It's so funny that people always remember and quote her saying 777, because the entire point of the scene is that she's saying, don't just do 777, mix it up. But I think I've said enough now. Who knew that fate would end up rewarding her in such a spectacular fashion, where it all comes back round, she ends up with Chandler and she just reaps the benefits of her being willing to give that advice. And obviously she was in a great position because she could give him this advice like, I don't know what you're like. You're probably great already, but here's the advice that would work. It's going to work a lot more effectively than if she had been with him and then she's like, this is what you should be doing instead. So it all worked out really well for her.
Take it from me, moms love me. Ross's mom one time actually said, I am like the daughter that she never had.
She said what? That she's like the daughter she never had.
So when you see Monica's parents and you observe the way that they treat her and you pick up on the stuff that has happened throughout her childhood and teenagehood, it's actually kind of a miracle that Monica is as together as she is.
Well, at least she had the chance to leave a man at the altar.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It's an expression.
No, it's not.
Don't listen to your mother. You're independent and you always have been. Even when you were a kid and you were chubby and you had no friends, you were just fine. There are people like Ross who need to shoot for the stars, with his museum and his papers getting published. Other people are satisfied with staying where they are. I'm telling you, these are the people who never get cancer. I read about these women trying to have it all, and I thank God our little harmonica doesn't seem to have that problem.
I realize you guys have been wondering what exactly happened between Carol and me, and so, well, here's the deal. Carol's a lesbian. She's living with a woman named Susan. She's pregnant with my child. And she and Susan are going to raise the baby.
And you knew about this?
Because I feel like she is probably the nicest, most normal person in the group, probably, on balance. So yeah, it's actually kind of amazing that she has managed to be that way when she's probably had not the most unfortunate upbringing, because obviously Phoebe had a really tough time. I guess they've all had their challenges with their parents or lack of parents, but that's just life. I mean, but it's interesting with Monica because it's not in the past. It's still in the present. So obviously Chandler had a pretty dysfunctional childhood, but his parents are both there, giving him love, wanting to communicate with him. Whereas Monica's parents, I mean, they have their moments of closeness and kindness to her, but a lot of the time, her mother is extremely critical.
Okay, please don't freak out. But there's a blue fingernail in one of the quiche cups, and there's no way to know which one.
And whoever finds it wins the prize.
I'm not freaking out.
Why are you laughing?
It's nothing. It's just that now your father owes me $5.
What, you bet I'd lose a nail?
Oh, no, don't be silly. I just bet that I need these.
Frozen lasagnas? You bet that I'd screw up? It's all that stuff about hiring me because I was good was...
No, that was all true. This was just in case you pulled a Monica.
You promised Dr. Weinberg you'd never use that phrase.
Oh, come on, have a sense of humor. You're never able to laugh at yourself.
And her dad just kind of, lets that wash over him. He just like, oh, is your mum not being kind? Oh, I hadn't noticed. And I think probably quite a typical dynamic when you have one parent who is very critical and mean and nasty, is that the other parent, if they're not stepping in, then they're just like, oh, I hadn't noticed anything, la la la, which isn't helpful. I'm not going to end up in a whole psychological thing now, but I do think that her parents are dreadful. I could probably do a whole video on them, I think. Maybe I will. But they really are pretty bad parents. It's not just being kind of mean and critical to Monica, but it's treating Ross so completely differently. So for instance, just as a quick example, they spend money on his wedding being in England.
It'd be nice of you to offer to pay for half the wedding.
Oh, forget it. The hell with tradition. We're happy to do it.
Oh, yeah. We know how expensive weddings can be. Besides, this may be the only wedding we got to throw.
I'm really excited about our wedding plans, and well, I guess pretty soon we'll be making a big withdrawal from the Monica Wedding Fund. What?
You tell her, Jack, I can't do it.
What happened? You still have the Monica wedding fund, don't you?
We have it. Only now we call it the beach house.
I can't believe you spent my wedding fund on the beach house.
We're sorry, honey, but we just assumed if you got married after you turned 30, you'd pay for it yourself.
You bought the beach house when I was 23.
Which means you had 7 years of beach fun, and you can't put a price on that, sweetie.
I really do feel bad about this, though.
We started saving again when you were dating Richard, but then that went to hell, so we redid the kitchen.
But when it comes to Monica's wedding, there's nothing. They've spent it on stuff for themselves. And it's not even traditional for the groom's parents to pay for stuff. It is traditional for the bride's parents to pay for stuff. So they've really, oh man, I don't even have words for how horrible they are. And like how, I know she's fictitious. I know it's not real, but poor Monica, I feel so bad for her. And actually, when you think about most of the things that we would consider like Monica's worst traits, almost have like direct connections to how her parents have treated her. So she's got this obsessive cleanliness thing and competitive thing, and that comes from her mum being so critical of her that she has to make everything perfect just to try and avoid having constant criticism.
She already fluffed that pillow. Monica, you know, you already fluffed, but it's fine.
Look, I'm sorry, guys. I just don't want to give them any more ammunition than they already have.
Yes, and we all know how cruel a parent can be about the flatness of a child's pillow.
Monica. Hi. Monica, you're scaring me. I mean, you're like all chaotic and twirly, you know? I mean, and not in a good way.
Yeah, calm down. You don't see Ross getting all chaotic and twirly every time they come?
That's because as far as my parents are concerned, Ross can do no wrong. You see, he's the prince. Apparently they had some big ceremony before I was born.
So she's always trying to just be one step ahead of that, like inevitable, like, oh, you haven't done that very well. She's got to try and make everything as perfect as she can just to have a fighting chance of just maybe having nothing. She can't hope for anything positive, but just like a lack of critical comments would be like a reward for her. So we can see why she has become this obsessive compulsive person who is, you know, not just so competitive. So, you know, she has to win everything. It was like, well, yeah, because she never won her mum's approval. Like, her dad's a little bit softer towards her, and they do have some nice moments, but, you know, he still favours Ross. And also, it doesn't take a psychiatrist to see that there is something kind of weird about the fact that, you know, she doesn't get the love and approval that she craves from her father. Who does she end up dating? Her father's best friend that she presumably grew up with as like a family friend. And people are like, oh, it's really creepy, isn't it? And it's like, well, yeah, it's a little bit creepy. But it's also like, hello, calling Dr. Freud. Like, you can kind of see why she would do that. I think Monica's dad does kind of realise that they've kind of screwed up. So he does sort of try to make up for it, like with the car.
Where are my boxes?
Well, the garage flooded, sweetie, and it ruined everything in your boxes. I'm sorry.
Just mine?
I'm afraid so.
So why wasn't Ross's stuff ruined?
But I used your boxes to divert water away from the Porsche.
So wait, Ross's stuff is fine, but I have no memories because you want to keep the bottom 2 inches of your car away from water?
Well, there was also leaves and gook and stuff. We love you just as much as Ross. Now, I'm sorry about everything that happened, and I'll probably never be able to make it up to you, but here's a start.
What's this?
It's the key to my Porsche. Well, the key to your Porsche.
What?
But her mum really is just a horrible person. And I guess it's good to show this in a sitcom so that people who do have a mum like that are like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one. But it's hard to watch. You just really feel for her. So we've already talked about Monica's ambition and the way that she does just like use her inner grit to get to the career heights that she wants. But I just want to talk about the fact that she really excels in a tough environment. I mean, kitchens are notoriously like horrible places to work. I've never actually worked in a kitchen, but I know people who have, and it's like, I think it's quite an aggressive, quite a male dominated kind of space to work in. And if you've ever seen Gordon Ramsay just shouting all the time, I think he is not atypical. I think a lot of chefs are like that. And obviously, like, it's one of those, it's very fast paced. There's lots of, you know, hot flames and steam and sizzling and stuff going on. So it's like, it's kind of a high stress situation. Not that we ever actually see Monica really working like that. But she manages to do it. She manages to just excel in that and keep rising to the top and keep getting promoted. So she finds that inner toughness, and I think this is especially impressive when you see how she develops, like in, I think it's the 3rd season, or it's an early season anyway, where she's like starting to get the catering company off the ground, and she's not assertive enough to ask for the money.
Dear? Just a matter of payment? Jack used to handle the finances.
Which is fairly basic. Like, you really shouldn't feel embarrassed to ask for money when you've earned it. Like, that's kind of what jobs are. There was never an agreement that you were working for nothing. So why would you be embarrassed about asking for the money that you're owed? But Monica is like, oh no, just leave it. And it has to be Phoebe doing it. But when you think about the fact that she ends up running her own kitchen, and there is a point where all of the staff who answer to her are horrible to her. So she is the boss, but everyone hates her.
I'm so excited about having Monica come on board with us. Although I do feel bad about having fired Chef Emilio. It is like losing a member of the family. Of course, that literally is the case for several of you. Monica has a lot of great ideas for this place. Well, you all read the review.
Are you going to kill me? Everybody at the restaurant still hates me. Oh, I thought I was making headway. Everyone was smiling at me all day, and then I'd get off work and find out that they wrote this on my chef's hat. And they're trying to do everything they can to make me quit. And if it were any other job, I would, but this is something I've been waiting for my whole life.
Oh, wait a minute, you're the boss. Why don't you just yell at them or fire them?
Oh, I would love to, but I can't. I just can't. You know I'm not good at confrontation.
And you can see that she does struggle with this at first, because it's horrible to be bullied at work, no matter how old you are. But Monica just gets on with it, with Joey coming in to help at one point too. She just has to get with that. And I think that was probably one of the things that really made her the badass that she ends up being, because like, if you have to just go, well, I can't make everyone like me, so I'm gonna have to get comfortable with people not liking me. I think that's like when you unlock the next level of your life, when you realize I can't make everyone like me, so I'm not even gonna try, and they're just gonna have to deal with it. I think when Monica understands that, it just opens up her whole career.
Okay, now this one is rare, this one is medium well. Now go, go, go! Hey, Phoebe, hey!
And in the end, she's the one who gets to intimidate her staff.
I'll give him your number if I could just get 1 calamari and 1 Caesar salad! I did not yell. I am not putting $1 in the jar.
I know I made fun of her hosting skills in the last video because she was making people play boring party games. But she is actually an amazing host. Like, if you go to her house, you're gonna get fed amazing food. Even if she's having a dinner party with other people, she's not gonna like explicitly say no. She will just be like, okay, yeah, pull up a chair kind of thing.
Hey, you guys, I have great news.
Ross, we're kind of in the middle of dinner here.
Oh, well, I already ate, but sure.
Hi, you guys.
Hey.
Oh, Italian.
No one wanted seconds, right?
No, I'm good.
And when she's given the boys like scuzzy apartment that isn't clean and smells, she makes it beautiful.
Can't find garbage bags.
Oh, well, I think I saw some in here. What is it? I don't know, but maybe if we keep that drawer shut, it'll die. I can't believe we're living here.
When I'm finished with this place, it's gonna be 10 times better than that place.
Oh, are we gonna trash their place?
Oh my God.
Wow.
Hey,
This is beautiful.
Oh, did you work for 2 days straight?
Pretty much. So what do you think of the floor?
I don't know, it looks the same.
You used to have carpet.
Oh, yeah.
So I made snacks. So please just hang out, okay? I'm just gonna rest my eyes for just a little bit.
So she has this like really wonderful like homemaker ability. It's a gift, really. She has this gift for making a house a home. And you could give her any building. Give her a couple of days and she would have like a beautiful Instagram-worthy home. She'd have baked some cookies and everything. And again, she's kind of an overbearing host when Phoebe stays and she's like on her all the time. But she is just trying to be a good host and a good friend, and she maybe doesn't realise when she needs to dial it back a little bit.
I made cookies.
Oh, well, that's all right. I'm still full from your homemade potato chips.
Oh.
So.
But you should eat them now because they're hot from the oven.
But she means well. Her heart is in the right place. All she wants to do is make people welcome and feed them and make sure that they have a really great time when they come to her home. And like, what could be nicer than that, really? And also, I think the fact that when she is a bit overbearing with her hosting, or when she is obsessive about her cleanliness, she does realise that it's unusual, and she doesn't expect everyone else to come up to that same level. She knows they're not going to clean to her standards. She knows that they're not going to keep things as tidy as she would like, and she's just like, okay, I accept that. So really, even her flaws, she's aware of them, and she's kind of able to work around them. And again, I think this need to be the hostess does come back to like childhood trauma and, you know, trying to please and trying to make people love you by baking cookies for them and making chocolate and like trying to spread the love with your neighbours and stuff. But that's, you know, I think a lot of things, I think actually a lot of positive things in people's lives, if you like kind of go back to the origins of it, it may have a negative beginning. Also, I think being a hygiene freak as a chef is a good thing. You know, they say that you shouldn't eat home-cooked food unless you've seen that person in their kitchen, because you just don't know what other people's standards of hygiene are. Some people let their cats jump all over the counter, some people don't wash their hands, or they lick the spoon and put it back. And depending on your standards, you might not like those things, but with Monica, there's none of that. So we've already talked about the fact that she took in Rachel when they weren't really friends. She just like, yeah, you can come and live in my house with me. And when Rachel and Phoebe's apartment burns down, she takes them in, zero hesitation. Not even like, oh, I've got stuff planned this week, I was gonna do, like, no, of course you can come and stay.
You ladies have a place to stay?
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Look, pal, I am not in the mood to be hit on right now. But if you give me your number, I will call you some other time.
Yes, they can stay with us.
How many people would really do that when it's like you don't know how long they're going to be there? I mean, I know they all like live in each other's houses anyway. It's like not really any difference if they're sleeping there as well. But she just does these things instantly. There's never any question that she would be like, oh no, can you find somewhere else? So Monica is an amazing host. So we've already talked, she's an amazing friend to Rachel. She's an amazing friend to them all. She is the centre of the group. Without her, there wouldn't be a group. She's almost like the mother of the group, I suppose. But she's just endlessly patient with them. I mean, if I had a friend like Joey who was always coming in and opening my fridge and taking food, that would not last long. There would be a lock on the door. I am not that welcoming. I like my space. I love to see friends at arranged times. I wouldn't want like friends just wandering in and hanging out and never having any privacy. Obviously it works for all them. They're all very like codependent and love it. But Monica is just endlessly patient with people making demands of her. And they really are like, they're pretty crappy friends, to be honest, because like when she doesn't want to do the Thanksgiving dinner that she has done every year for like what, 9 or 10 years at that point, because it started as a sort of accident where like everyone had plans for Thanksgiving and then they all ended up coming to her and being like, oh, it's crap, but I suppose it will have to do. And she was like, okay, I'm cooking like 3 different kinds of potatoes to please you all.
I tell you what, how about if I cook dinner at my place? I'll make it just like Mom's.
Will you make the mashed potatoes with the lumps?
You know they're not actually supposed to. I'll work on the lumps. Chandler, here you go. Got your traditional holiday feast. We got your tomato soup, your grilled cheese fixins, and your family-sized bag of Funyuns. Okay, cider's mulling, turkey's turkeying, yams are yamming. What?
I don't know. It's just not the same without Mom in the kitchen.
Oh, all right, that's it. You know what? Just get out of my way and stop annoying me.
Well, that's closer.
I got a question. I don't see any tater tots.
That's not a question.
My mom always makes them. It's like a tradition.
Did you whip the potato? Ross needs lumps.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I thought we could have them whipped and then add some peas and onions.
Why would we do that?
Well, because then they'd be just like the way my mom used to make it, you know, before she died.
Okay, so she does occasionally let rip at the rest of them, but only when she's been severely provoked and they totally deserve it.
Because everything is my responsibility? Isn't it enough that I'm making Thanksgiving dinner for everyone? You know, everyone wants a different kind of potato. So I'm making different kinds of potatoes. You know, does anybody care what kind of potatoes I want? No!
This doesn't smell like Mom's.
No, it doesn't, does it? But you wanted lumps, Ross? Well, here you go, buddy. You got one.
Oh, God, this is great. The plane is gone, so I guess I'm stuck here with you guys.
Hey, we all had better plans, okay? This was nobody's first choice.
Oh, really? So why was I busting my ass to make this delicious Thanksgiving dinner?
You call that delicious?
So they started out ungrateful and they never really appreciated, I don't think, what she did for them year after year, because it's like she's a chef. So not only is she making incredible quality food, but she's not even getting like a day off from her day job. No one else is like, oh, hey, you know, it won't be as good if I do it, but let me do it and you can sit back for once. Like, no, that never happens. I mean, Chandler offers to help, but it's because he wants credit for helping. No one else ever like offers to just at least bring something. They're all crap, actually. They're all crappy friends. And they manipulate her into doing anyway because none of the others want to get off their bums to do any cooking on Thanksgiving Day. So they're all selfish and she is too nice, really. She needs to like actually stick to those boundaries and be like, no, it's someone else's turn.
We don't feel like we can host Thanksgiving this year.
What?
What? Are you kidding?
And even the stress of going through the adoption process and saying point blank they want someone else to take on the burden of hosting is met with anger. Look at their faces. Nobody says, yeah, that's right, Monica's been doing this for years. It's time for someone else to take a turn. They're just annoyed that she's not doing their bidding. And I think it's really quite telling that the more she does for them, the more they feel entitled to her hard work and goodwill. So that when she does need a break, all they care about is that they're no longer getting what they want from her. And as we see, if she tries to ease the load a little bit, they can't even do the small task that she asks of them.
God, you forgot the pies? Well, I cannot believe this. You forced me to make dinner, then you're an hour late, and you forget the one little thing that I asked you to do.
Really, girls, not cool.
And then they turn up an hour late. So they are ungrateful wretches. And she should probably find new friends, really. You know, she is the heart of the group. She's the glue that keeps it all together. They don't really appreciate it. But she still shows them love and forgiveness. So that is why Monica is the best friend. I mean, she genuinely, I think she's the one I would most want to be friends with, and not just because if I was moving, she'd come around with her label maker. But that would be part of it. It would be the food, to be honest. I want to be friends with a chef. If anybody wants to bake cookies for me, I would be happy to eat them over the sink. That would be fine. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I have had fun. I hope you have too. And I hope that you'll join me for the future videos. We've got more Friends videos and other stuff coming up. So yeah, it'd be good to see you. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.